we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in the trumpet, we decided that you look back. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete bunsen ishimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night. Fighting all the shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown. Breakdown.
I regret to say that I have touched myself to hentai with better animation.
And it shouldn't be a thing, Crimson, but it is.
You love that quote. You love.
Wow.
It is the best.
You love that quote.
It is the
Rushing
best
that right into production.
right into production. One day since I got it, and I forgot to turn this on before the stream because I'm fucking retarded. So yeah. So I'm joined by my co-hosts, and this isn't working. Little Chad and Crimson Law. Say hello.
I don't
It's
want
time to
to.
goon.
I'm not sure that I can isolate and let you isolate quotes like that now. You're like, it's scary. You're immediately like, separate that. Let's go.
Well, you know, we had Lucy going, and we know that's probably one of the scenes for Crimson, especially with the extended version where it has Urza. The only time he likes Fairy Tale. Hello, Marcel.
Yeah, Fairy Tale was one that like I threw a little bit of shade at. I don't have as much of a problem with it as I do with the beginning after the end, which apparently is very successful in Japan for some reason.
Hold on a
Who
second.
knows?
The Japanese are, I mean, maybe is PowerPoint still really big over there? I don't know.
The beginning after the end is like number 6 on Netflix over there. It's number 2 in like on like anime streaming. On Next, the beginning after the end is number 3. So, yeah, I mean,
Well,
Do we think the Japanese are hate watching it?
I don't
Japanese
know.
are
Well,
weird
the series
sometimes.
is fairly popular, like as a just like in general, but it doesn't seem like anyone who's been on like the I don't know. I don't know what the reason is for it, but it is in like multiple top 10 lists. So
maybe because it's an isekai.
maybe,
Just like,
but there are other isekais in there. So it's like,
I mean,
and there are better anime, which now that we've mentioned that, I kind of forgot to post my fucking ratings from the weekend.
all right, let's talk about a better anime right off the bat. My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
Pop Step is best girl.
So you have elevated her to best girl in the entire series.
Including mainline My Hero?
We even had Midnight in this episode.
Yeah, but she was there for like 10 seconds.
That's all you need.
You're not escaping the
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
Dommy Mommy allegations, dude.
Bagels is like
Especially
10
when
seconds
she's-
with Midnight is 9 seconds longer than I needed.
Exactly. Who knew? No, I'm just
He
kidding.
is him. He is the one pump chump. No. Sorry. In theme of anime, one pump man.
Holy shit, that would be a hilarious parody. I think the anime boys who do the sister leveling should get on that one right now.
That would be
Oh no.
fucking hilarious.
That sounds like some fucking Dojin shit.
They probably do have one of those. So this episode we get a little bit into, we meet the villain, right? We meet the villain. We get some Ingenium, and I guess the next episode is going to be all about Ingenium. The real Ingenium, not Tenga.
Tenya.
Whatever.
I'm surprised that this is a 7.5 with how good it is, honestly. Like, I feel like this is an easy 8.
I guarantee a lot of them are like, there's no Bakugo in Deku.
Well, there
With
might
those
be some
shippers.
downward pressure from shippers, but I think another thing is not a lot of people were happy with the ending, which I still argue was a satisfying ending. I
Yeah,
still like the ending to My Hero Academia.
that's where I think there's people downvoting based on their dissatisfaction, like with just My Heroes not giving them what they wanted. So
I think it's the shippers being mad that Bakugo and Deku aren't doing it in this or in this show because they're like
Either way,
elementary school right now.
it's consistently fun to watch. Like it's well animated. I really like the intro. Actually, I think I like the intro to this
All
more than
right.
I liked
Yeah.
any of the My Hero intros in general.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the name of the thing. Right.
I
Yeah.
know. I figured
yeah.
that out. Biggles.
Well,
I
I'm
figured that out.
just in case that people think I'm just like kind of.
You see, the thing is, I can read Japanese. I don't know what it actually means, but I can read it.
I can't read shit. And speaking of that, we had that Freerin announcement that it's supposed to be January of next year.
Yeah.
So we got months to go.
does that mean they're
Someone
doing
did the math.
another dual core season 2 where it's gonna be like 26 episodes?
I hope so.
I hope so. I would hope because I would want them to get all the way through El Dorado.
Yeah, what he said. They're going to the
Um,
city of gold.
Yes. But to bring it back around to My Hero Academia Vigilantes, it's a good show. Like it's funny in like a very like I don't know childish way at times, with like everyone bumming off of Koichi.
Yeah, he's like, he gets home, he's like, why are you here? Like, I didn't agree to this. They're like, you're out of beer. What are you taking off?
Pop Step in plain clothes, being super self-conscious about the way she looks.
As soon
I
as
just,
she gets in the house, she does her makeup.
I think this really shows how much potential there is to do side stories and just play in the world and have fun with it. Like when Quarks can be so wild, like I mean, that's we've got people who look like who are have was it audio cables hanging from their ears. Like you can make a Quark anything. A creative writer can have so much fun unbound by the main storyline, which is another thing you got to freeing this whole side, spin-off from the Shigaraki All for One for All mega story, even where you've got the pop-ins with the these characters, it's refreshing. I think it just shows how much like this is to me, this is the kind of thing where My Hero could almost turn into like a Gundam style show where you could have a just a timeline arc with side stories, future stories, and just keep it going for a long time. And there's going to be hits and misses by doing it that way.
Yeah, here's my reservation on that is I've always been kind of like more to the side of actually like hoping that I should say this better. I'm more to the side of just doing a story and then ending it, because then you end up with something like Boruto. I did a whole video on that way back about like my issues with Boruto and all that, and why I think like extending things out and trying to build more into the universe and trying to like constantly milk an IP is a bad idea, because eventually you run out of creativity and you just start doing what like Star Wars does, and like ruining your own franchise.
Well, they rely solely on cameos.
Yes. But with My Hero Academia, I'm kind of like slowly warming up to the idea of doing some of these broader universe stuff because I've enjoyed Vigilantes. If you can find a way to just do like different things and not like come to rely on like a bunch of existing characters all the time, and just like do stuff like this, or like I don't know, if you want to make a story about like a completely different section of the world, there's always other characters to mess around with, right? So why not? And another thing, just like a random thought that's occurred to me lately, is how there's always like the passing of the mantle argument as far as like Spider-Man and Batman and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it a mantle or is it a person?
Like superheroes as a mantle, I feel like My Hero Academia, just the general series, did it the best in the way that Deku basically became the next All Might. Except for he was a very, very different person and filled a very different role. It was kind of like the torch was passed on to Deku, but they ended up being their own unique thing rather than Deku trying to be just ending up an identical All Might.
I'd argue Batman Beyond did it better, because
I don't think they did it better than My Hero.
I do, because in season 1, Bruce basically tells Terry, like, you're only doing this because I can't, and I'm Batman. I don't call myself Bruce. I call myself Batman, right? And then in season 2, that's when Terry or Bruce admits that Terry is Batman, and Terry had to work for it for 2 seasons, where Deku basically he got the power, he sucked for a lot, but he ends up getting it and then losing it. So I don't know. I think Batman Beyond did it better.
Yeah, I like to specify My Hero Academia because there's a very clear line between like Deku and All Might in the manner of like passing the mantle in a way that a lot of like DC and like Marvel stuff just doesn't do. Like the moment they get rid of Peter Parker, instead of like replacing him with a completely different character who has a different name, like superhero name and all that, it ends up being, well, he's just another Spider-Man, or he's just another Batman, or he's just another Superman. Like, why couldn't Nightwing just stay Nightwing rather than becoming Batman?
I mean,
And Nightwing basically just fills in the role of Bruce when Bruce is out of the picture. It's as simple as that.
I think My Hero had it built in that they had, even All Might was was he the 6th or 7th?
7th. Because I think Deku has 7 powers. So
yeah, with each previous user being
All
super
Might
different.
didn't have a power.
Oh, that's true.
I believe Deku is the 9th.
But which one of them has like the wind from his punches?
Black Whip? No, that was known.
No, I thought it, like, when
there was Float, Black Whip. What were the other ones?
The Vajin, which is the speed one.
There is Smoke
Gear
Screen,
change?
Danger Sense, Fajin, Gear Change, Black Whip. Did I say Float already?
No.
I think I had said it. So, but it's been said.
And then
the initial All for One, or One for All,
which I guess is the
okay, there are 10 users of One for All.
Are there?
Yes.
Okay.
Counting the original who they didn't realize had a quirk, which was just passing on the quirk.
Well, didn't All Might end up getting one, because that's how he was able to use like the
Oh, sorry. In the first explanation, they're counting Bakugo because of the movie, but technically Deku is the 9th and the last user.
Oh, from the movie
they can't. Yeah, they can't count.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't count fucking Bakugo.
You can't count non-canon. Like,
well, technically the movie is canon to the anime.
Is it?
Yes. All the My Hero movies are canon to the anime.
I thought some of them don't like match up timeline. Or
the timeline's a shit show when it comes to trying to work in those movies and the anime.
Yes.
No. Well, that's usually when we say they're not canon. Like the Dragon Ball movies, they can't possibly happen in the main story. Right? But back to Vigilantes.
We took a huge bunny trail right off the bat.
Right. So Pop Step and the eel boy, like that little boy was like, I need to shake her hand, and like gets to cut in line. And the 2 middle school delinquents that are now like part of the crew, they're like, oh no, you can't do this. You have to wait. These other people are like, and he's just like, I can't. And he takes his freaking needle.
He's like a middle schooler doing drugs. Yeah,
middle schooler doing drugs, and he's like trying to shake her hand, and then they throw flour on him to beat him so he can punch him in the face. And they're like, no, we can't let him see him again because he's just going to punch him in the face. And then we find out that the villain is like a fan of Pop Step, but is also causing havoc with her bees that apparently can make drugs.
There is a suspicious amount of trash just laying around the city in this series for some reason.
Dude, I think
Like
he just
Japan's known
sets
for
up-
being clean, and somehow like every time they need it, there's just a giant fucking pile of trash.
I think he sets it up beforehand.
His quirk actually just spawns trash bags.
His only his actual quirk is the trash bags, and that's why like he's always like, man, he doesn't have this. Maybe he's just like really strong, and maybe his quirk is trash bags. Like pops out.
It's just like the A team trash bag. I need a trash bag.
But yeah, this is a fun one. I like this one, and I can't wait to see what actually happens with the Genium, because like Tenya was like, he's the best hero ever, and then he's just like broken and fucked up and can't do anything. And now we actually get to
He
see him
gets
do
stabbed in
something.
the spine by
The hero killer,
Stain, yeah.
Stain, yeah,
And then just can never use his powers again.
yeah.
I think it, like I said, it just shows how good the spin-offs can be. I mean, it's nice that they got a good one to do it. I think hopefully Crimson gets on board, because I could see a really good like spin-off where maybe they get in, now that, you know, spoilers for the mainline series, there might be a whole side, you know, kind of thing where you'd want to go to Q school and follow around the people building the stuff. I mean, we saw a little bit of that in My Hero, but it would be really interesting. Maybe go to America, where, you know, when
Stars
I know,
and Stripes,
yeah,
before
where
she got wrecked.
well, no, not even before, but clearly, at least from one of the movies, the people that they're getting a lot of tech for Deku from,
Mm-hmm.
and for All Might, is coming from an American corporation and some American scientists. So why not do a whole, like, you could do a whole side spin-off where it's the tech guys like helping the quirkless be on an equal playing field, maybe helping people who have quirks that aren't compatible. There's a whole fun kind of storyline where you could go off on that.
You could follow the kids that call Shoto 5 weenies. You could do like them like learning how to get their quirks and shit, or just the pure chaos.
See, you pretend to hate weenies, but you think they're hilarious.
5 weenies. His name is 5 weenies. It's hilarious. We got 5 weenies. Don't worry.
Nah. The best wiener joke will always be "Love is War."
Love is War is hilarious.
Wiener. I laughed so hard the first time I saw that.
My favorite part of Love and War is
Pacey's wiener trick.
when she burns out and she becomes stupid.
Oh yeah, the movies. What's supposed to be the movie?
Yeah, like where when she burns out through her intellect, and she's just like, rah, 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 rah.
Breathing is fun.
Yeah, because and the narrator just is the one that really sells that show.
Yeah. I was talking to him and I was like, I think I like your narration better in How Heavy Are the Dumbbells over Kaguya Love is War. He's like, man, you should tell my director that, because that one came after, and he was like, I need you to do more of this in this. So he's like, they let me do so much stuff. It was so much fun. And I was like, they need to make you like the narrator for everything. If there's a narrator job, you need to be
I
like,
wish they
hey,
would have
listen.
kept Ian Sinclair as the narrator for our 100 Girlfriends. They had him for like half an episode, and they made a joke about the narrator changing.
Yep. It's the 100 Girlfriends is it's so on point with the narrator, with the jokes, with the meta jokes about it's the anime director's fault. He's the one who's responsible for the cut content. Two of you shouldn't even be here.
But don't feel bad. We don't want to get rid of you. Okay, so let's switch over to the what the fuck is going on anime.
Cloning.
Yeah, am I right? Am I the one leading the show right now with the cloning?
As far after that
It's
last
starting-
episode, it does
it's starting to
genuinely
look that
seem
way.
like we are dealing with a clone situation, especially after some of the lines that were delivered. It's kind of hard to interpret what was said in the last like few scenes there with the creepy snake dude as anything other than really.
Yeah, I
By the
think
way,
so too.
fuck that doctor.
You
Fuck
fucked
him.
that doctor? What?
No. Like he can go fuck himself, like with a cactus.
Oh yeah, he just like randomly walked up to her and like stuck his tongue in her mouth. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
That's the optimal way to flirt with women, though. That's what I've been
Uh,
told.
I mean, at a bar, maybe. Just like, whatever. No, just kidding. That does not work. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that.
There's still quite a bit of mystery left on the table for this one.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very concerned as to why people keep disappearing and getting replaced by doppelgangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's.
I mean, I'm waiting for like, is this gonna have like a Dark City twist going on? Like, are we gonna go really dark with it, or is it otherwise? I don't know. It's
Is this gonna turn into some like weird NTR thing? Is that where they're going with this?
I'm leaning towards that it's just the cloning, and hopefully just not something really dark going on underneath the surface. But you're right. I think after the last episode, cloning really does look like the number one seed for what we got going on.
Okay, so if there's a level of degeneracy that not even Marcel will stoop to, that's something.
that's the moment I drop the show.
Yes, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
For the
If
NTR,
you're gonna make
fix,
me care about characters and then commit to a fucking NTR route, fuck you.
if you're gonna do that in anime, you need to do it like the evil intergalactic lord and just knock it out of the way in the first episode and give justification for why he's isekaiing to a different life and being happy about it.
It's like, thank God, now I'm going to fucking ruin everybody else's life.
I mean, but come on. If you think about it, would you have a mind? Wouldn't you have the same mindset? Like, I did everything right and I got just destroyed by life. F it. I'm just doing whatever I want when I want to make my life as good as I want.
I mean, that's kind of what I do now, you know?
No, I don't think I would be able to do that even in that position.
Poor Crimson. That's my life now.
Why is that poor? Because I'm not some angry, vengeful person.
Yep. All right. So the
Biggles says,
bartender.
"No, Crimson, spend all your money on your Dommy Mommy. That's how you
Yeah,
really are.
you're supposed to make your own Dommy Mommy. Okay. That is saying a lot. Okay. So
that part I probably would do. Okay. I ain't gonna lie.
he's going to go buy one of his sex robots. So
hell yeah.
So,
Hold on, Mr. Butler. We'll go to the other room to continue my inspection.
But so the bartender like quit his job, I guess, to go sleep at the same bed as the doctor. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. I liked him in the beginning, and now I kind of hate him even more. You know?
Well, no, the bartender's been cloned. That's one of the big things. Is like if you like actually like because you're retarded and can't read subs, the bartender in this episode literally says he is not the same guy. He just looks like the same guy. That's why it. That's why.
I thought he said you are not the same.
No, the bartender literally says, like makes comments about like him or he disappeared talking about the actual bartender.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I need to rewatch this. Like, this is something I'm going to have to like binge after it finishes, so I can try to catch what I need, or I need it as a dub like right away, so I can try to follow what the fuck's going on. But yeah, this one's really interesting and confusing. Like, I thought that chick in the back, this one, was a little girl, but apparently she's just a lolly. If I'm using that right, like she's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah,
And
that
has to be.
technically is the correct archetype. Yes, lolly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and clearly they have to make sure that she's over 300 years old or more. I'm kidding. No, that's in a fantasy show. They'll be like, no, she's a demon and she's 3,000, so it's okay.
She's 3,000 years old.
I remember
She just-
Engaged when they did that. Like, I won't be lectured by some little 12-year-old. Actually, she's the oldest one here. She's like 3,000.
So I've mentioned the Twinborn Chronicles on here before when we were talking about Miss Elf, where it's a dream world, right?
Mhm.
They have a character who's like 219 years old, and he looks like he's 17 because he chose to be his 17-year-old self when he's able to control his magic to make him look like that. And I was like, oh, he's basically a lolly except the guy version.
That's a Shota.
Yeah. Okay. So he's basically a Shota. That was in Gate, I think, with Lolly Mercury. Okay. There we go. At least we have Marcel to tell us. All right. Anything else you want to talk about in this episode?
Reika
Not
is hot
until
as
I know where
always.
it goes. Yeah.
All right.
Character design's good. I
I like a lot about this show.
I just don't want it to go dark. Like, I'm perfectly content with the perfect saint, or as Biggles calls it, smile more, the anime.
You should smile more, the anime.
Because it looks like we are 100% getting like angry revenge sister storyline coming.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Get it,
She-
Nia.
She
Somehow
is,
I feel like that's going to backfire very horrendously for everyone, though.
I mean,
yeah, where she ends up being like the host of the demon or something, like,
Yeah,
because
that's
she goes so
effectively my
dark.
thoughts on it.
I assume Gitoria is going to burn and die. Like everybody's going to die except for Mia.
I think she might be the one who burns it.
Yeah,
think
I
she
do
ends
too.
up like she becomes the host of, like, because they made a point in our lore dump that the demon's soul was separated from its body. So the demon's soul will somehow find a host and who is angry and wants revenge, but also has a lot of mana powers. So little
Didn't they
sister
say it's
saint.
like sealed in a ring or something like that?
Yep. So it's they're going to put a ring on it, and it's going to be unleashing the demon, and then our sister saint is going to have to, I think, free and save her sister after that other country just burns, or at least the second prince and the parents. Those are, I guarantee you, by the end of the season, that prince and the parents are getting nuked by this little sister.
I hope she rips Julius's heart out and just use like and rips it out.
Temple of Doom style, huh?
Just like and
Ooh,
crushes
boy.
it.
Yeah, and the way they cut to the super calculating sister part where she was just like, yes, I will marry you now. Like,
She's like, I'm going to get my revenge.
revenge. Yep. I love that because it's so great that they didn't make her stupid. That they didn't like, oh, I guess she just went away and didn't say bye. No, she investigated. She got all the she got the deets, got the tea, whatever term you want to use. And now she is going to destroy them. Like, and she's planning it methodically. Like, no, I must bide my time. She sounds almost like the evil emperor in Gladiator, where he's like, no, you have to wait. Let them nibble around the edges. Let them think that they've won. Then kill them all. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's a great show though, because it's such a switcheroo where you go from the happy, pleasant, overpowered like fantasy protag who's getting the romance and getting appreciated now finally. And then on the other hand, we get to follow the revenge arc too. In a lot of ways, it's like a perfect successor to the most famous the talker, the
Most notorious talker.
most notorious talker. I feel like it's a good complementary show to Notorious Talker.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, let's jump into Sword of the Demon Hunter,
How is this only a 7.6?
because people
Animation.
are stupid. It's a masterpiece.
It has to do with the fact that it isn't like the greatest bit of animation out there.
They like I said, they blew budget on the first double wide episode and went really hardcore on. I think the first episode was fantastic animation. I mean, the part where especially where she kicks the head and it starts rolling around. So I think they did the budget for that. Then they scaled it back for episodes 2, 3, and 4 because 3 and 4 were a two-parter where they definitely had a nice plan where they could have him lazing about in bridge scene, restaurant scene, longingly looking at flowers scene, and
Well, it's also a far more story focused series than anything. Like the
Mhm.
action is almost secondary. It is the story that you're getting is really the primary point of interest. And not a lot of people really care for like how this does. It's really like tragic storytelling in indirect ways, especially episode 2. The way they told all like the way they filled you in on so much in episode 2 without ever having to directly say it or like spoon feed it to you was great.
And if you get into the Japanese culture with their version of like demons, where it's not necessarily like Western culture with demonic possession, where that's present, but in Japanese culture, demons get created from everyday tragedy, can create a demonic presence. And so far, with episodes 2, 3, 4, it's been everyday tragedy that got our main antagonist demons going. And
I don't really
especially,
know if the latest 2 episodes was really like an everyday tragedy because that's a pretty fucked up thing to happen, you know.
I mean, it sounds terrible, but that type of event happens fairly regularly. Maybe not in every city, in every place, at every moment, but I would say every state in the country, in the United States, probably has an incident like that once every few days across its state. I mean, it's a horrible thing, but it's not so infrequent that what happened isn't something that happens.
No, I get it. I mean, it's as far as like the show is concerned, it is a fairly normal uh um event, I guess, to create a monster out of something.
So, also one of the things I liked in this is there's the sister, like comes back like 3 years later, his half sister, that you learn is his
Adopted
half-sister
sister.
too.
She's not related to him.
Oh, adopted. Yeah, sorry.
Remember, in Japanese animes, it's very important to make that distinction.
Okay.
We have a whole anime by the writer of Rent a Girlfriend where that's the whole concept. Is they're
Yeah.
adopted, not half or blood related.
Whatever. Fuck it, I'm not watching that. That's one of the animes on this season. We will not be covering it here.
Come on, Biggles, you don't want to bang your sister?
No,
Adopted.
no,
You only grew up
Absolutely
thinking you were
not.
brother and sister your entire life from birth.
absolutely not. Okay. All right. So,
This is where you
adopted
need to have the clip from the Alia hides her feelings in Russian of the sister.
It's only good if they're blood related.
I have this one.
I regret to say that I have touched myself to hentai with better animation.
I got that quote. Is that the same thing?
I mean, that is a completely factual statement. I don't know why you're trying to shame our boy Crimson over here.
I'm not. It's hilarious.
I have genuinely seen Queen Bee animation that is better than whatever we got out of Studio A Cat.
Name dropping. Are you sure they're not the same studio, just different divisions?
Who knows? So
They may as well be at this point.
Well, they're sharing the Office 365 account for PowerPoint usage.
Well, that's all that matters as long as you have the PowerPoint. All right, so we got the adopted sister, and she's like, "Hey, maybe your purpose has you like taking away from everything else in life." And we find out that
I thought that was the restaurant waitress girl that said that.
no, that was his adopted sister.
Was it the adopted sister? Okay.
Yeah, right after he saves her from
the demon.
Yeah.
The demon dog that looked a lot like the Ghostbusters demon dog.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the adopted sister. I don't know.
Ghost Butter!
Yeah.
Do you think that we're all right? So in the first episode, we got the flash forward to modern times where he's in the high school uniform going to the temple, talks to the girl briefly. Is this going to be a thing where it's the descendant of his adopted sister, like he's checking in on basically his original family over the course of the years of his lifetime?
That's something I would suspect. Is there some sort of relationship there? Well, they actually say that the shrine right there, I think they imply that is the shrine that was built in his home village. And
to him, yeah, the guy did say, "I'll build a shrine to you to honor your memory."
And they say, and then they go on to say at the end of the first episode that its original purpose was forgotten, and then they cut to that scene where he shows up with the sword in hand.
Okay, so that makes sense. I would like a kind of a through line where we get to see maybe his family line knows about him and shelters him, like over the course of his lifetime. Like, I think that adopted sister is going to end up marrying her bodyguard. They have a flirtatious vibe going on,
even though he's like way older. Yeah, I could see it.
He's not that much older. He's like in his
also keep in mind the whole idea of just the age of consent has varied across history and across cultures. So it really wasn't all that uncommon for someone much younger to marry someone much older in very old times.
I remember.
Logistically, given the era of Japan, she's already a spinster almost. she's like 15 or 16. Yeah. So I mean, the waitress girl definitely is. That's why the dad was so like, go marry somebody. You're getting old. But I think it would be a nice touch if like he checks in over the course of his time, his years, like with she gets older, he gets older, they have kids, and that would explain why there's a setup for him to be able to go in and cover up like his immortality, because it's going to get more difficult as the modern era comes in. But if they've got a long established family that's probably wealthy and to do, and that's going to be what this is, they're a merchant family that ends up being very prominent, and it becomes one of their obligations is they give him a cover identity. Oh, it's our nephew from the country who's coming in. Here's your identity, and you can operate within Tokyo or wherever. I think I haven't read any of the source material, so these are all just complete shots in the dark. But I think that would be a cool touch. Yeah, and it seems like they might be leaning that way because they're having him run into her randomly. Doesn't seem like something that just happened per chance and is going to not happen again.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but what I was going at was it shows that he made friends with a demon, even though his purpose is to slay demons, and then he got revenge for his friend because he found out that the demon is actually the guy's wife, and all she wanted to do was get back to him, and then he killed the other ones that did the horrible thing that killed the wife, and one of them you said had white smoke come up. So
I think when I watched and or both possibly. I do know that if you go back to the first episode when he was talking to the village elder, when he asked, "Are you going to kill your sister?" he said, "Yeah, I don't know. If I can find a way to not kill her, I'll do that." I think it's been within his character since the beginning of the show that if he can find a peaceful resolution that gives people closure and resolves the problem, he'll do it. Like with that demon, the demon wasn't hunting people. He was living a, by all accounts, honorable life with his wife when tragedy struck. So he was, and it was sad when and it is interesting to see that he steals their powers.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That he can basically go full rogue and steal a demon's powers when he kills it if he wants to. But in doing so, much like Rogue, he absorbs all their memories and experiences when he takes on, that it's interesting. I guess if you think about that, the powers for the demons in that culture are coming from tragedy and pain. In order to get the power, he has to absorb that same pain to probably draw on it. It's kind of really sad too. Like, in order to grow stronger, he has to be emotionally destroyed every time. Like, to see what the horrible backstory was that led to this demon being created.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for him. Just tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. But you know what's not a tragedy? A ninja and an assassin under one roof. This show is hilarious.
It's fantastic. It truly is. Like there's no doubt about that.
She just kills like all the girls from the village. Like,
can you? All right, so I saw it was another YouTuber who commented, like, any other show where they have these really high end, amazing character designs for these badass female ninjas, they immediately off them within 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and you're getting flashbacks of them, but they're already gone. They're gone. They've been turned to leaves. They're blowing in the wind. I love when she was like, "Hold on a second, we need to do the murder weapon too. You can't just do that." She's like, "Oh, this is so convenient."
You really are useful to have around.
What was it? There was, she can cook too. I feel like I should put a ring on that.
Like, they cut back to the girls that are the ninjas at the end of the credits of the last episode, and they're like, "Oh, it's what is her name? Sakato? Oh, it's just Sakato. She'll never pass the class, even though she ran away, and she never gets in trouble. She does this all the time." And now they're all trying to kill her, and they all end up dead because our assassin girl, Konoha,
codename Glasses.
Glasses. Yeah.
Well, the reason I remember her name as Konoha is because that's the name of the Leaf Village from Naruto.
Oh.
And I am a bit obsessed with Naruto. I will admit.
It happens. So let's see. So they go back and cut it, and then they're like, "Oh, what are you going to get married?" So they all had these goals that they wanted to do, and they all got their life ended because they're like, "Oh, we got to go get rid of the person that we know is going to get forgiven if she comes back," because she just gets caught up in stuff and goes with the flow, And they're like, "Oh, nope, now we're dead. Our goals are gone."
A ninja and an assassin under one roof. The first episode was really, really well animated for no reason whatsoever. The second episode, I don't think had as many opportunities to display the same level of animation. So,
yeah, I think but the comedy was on point. So
it really was.
I loved the dinner party with where all three of them are dead now, and you know it.
Well, it's like they met the leader of she's like, "Oh no, I'm the one who got you to go out. You could just probably go back and just tell him you got caught up. You feel like you're being used." And she's like, "Man, maybe I want to be an assassin again. I left this whole life so I could Kuro. I left this whole life so I could have a mate. you know.
I just love that that our glasses keeps going. Stop trying to convince her. Stop putting ideas in her head. I'm using her.
I know. And then she's like, she fakes her own death. She's like, I knew it the whole time, and then I killed you. You let your
No.
guard down.
You know,
Turn the
she's like,
leaves.
the tea
Oh, sorry,
smelled.
that was loud.
Yeah, the tea smelled funny. So as I was pretending to take a sip, I bit my lip and faked my own death. And then I love how simple it is. She just goes up right behind him and stabs him. There's just
I
like
know.
a stab wound in the back.
He's like, and then luckily the leader has a power that makes like everybody forget, I guess. And she's just like, oh, thank God we didn't have to kill all those people. Like all
She's
those
just
innocent
utterly
people.
flabbergasted.
She's like, don't you have any goals? My goal is to be the number, or to raise in the ranks of the assassins so I can make more money. Like, don't you have any other goals besides money? No.
Based.
I just love when she saw the money and she's like, "What? I made this money?" She's
I
like,
made
"No,
this much money?"
it's like we need you to. You can go out shopping and you can but you need to wear your outfit. That why? Because you stand out more, and I knew someone would try to kill you. So
Mhm. And then she gets her like these ugly ass outfits that stand out more than the ninja suit. And then the leader takes her to get new clothes, and she's like, "Why did you get those clothes? Like, what is wrong with you?" It's just a whole bunch of fun.
It genuinely is a fun show. Like there's no if and or but about it. It's just a good fun show that has has no right to be as entertaining as it is. This is supposed to be like a throwaway series that I watched because I thought it was fun and unusual, but no, it turned out to be something really, really good.
I was going to watch it because it has the word assassin in it, and then when I watched it, I was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! I love this."
This is amazing.
All right, let's go to Apothecary Diaries. Now, the reason why we're going we have less shows today, or less shows to talk about, is I am not feeling very well. So we're going to talk about this, and then I'll let them go off on tangents about whatever they want, and then we'll probably end it after that. So, Apothecary Diaries. What happened in this episode?
Seriously? Seriously?
Well, I've been trying to catch up on the dub, and because I haven't watched it in a couple weeks, so I forgot everything that happened. Oh wait, no, Xiao Mei, right? The ice. She makes like
Xiaolan
ice
and the
cream.
ice, yes.
They
Yes.
make the ice cream.
Congratulations,
Okay,
you remembered.
they make the ice cream, and she lives because they were going to like probably have to have her executed for ruining the ice, and then the other guy was going to lose the ice, and yeah. And we found out that Mao Mao actually has feelings for friends. Like she can actually have friends.
She actually cares about people. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said this on Saturday. It was a good bit of character development for Mao Mao because there's a lot of times where she comes off as like just kind of an ass.
Yeah, like when she meets the three girls and she's like can't tell the difference between any of them, and they're like, "How about we do this?" And she's like, "Yes, that will help." And the funny thing is, I watched that on the dub, and it sounded like she put no effort in saying that at all. She was just reading the lines, so it was one of those moments in the dub, and I just kind of laughed. Because I think they're trying to make Mao Mao seem like an asshole more than like, because she's kind of cold.
Yeah, in the dub, she is pretty like emotionless for a lot of things. I genuinely liked this episode for specifically because of the stuff that had to do with like Mao Mao's character. I don't think it was like the flashiest episode, and it kind of leaves us off in like another like, okay, what the hell is going on kind of position.
Mhm.
with the with like what happens right at the very end. And of course we have Jinchi taking advantage of things, being like, all right, well, next time someone says they want to talk to you, I would hope you would listen to them. Being
Oh
really
yeah,
passive aggressive towards her.
yeah. Because he does or she doesn't listen to him. She'll cut him off so she doesn't have to. She's definitely a dick. Um, um, what else happened in this episode? Little Chad, tell us.
It was basically like they made the ice cream, and then they did the whole thing about Gyoko's pregnancy being in jeopardy,
Oh
like
yeah,
a breech pregnancy.
The C-section, and then the dad is going to be in the thing again, and her actual
Mhm.
father is probably going to be in the next episode based on like the little scene of him, like the 2 seconds of him.
Well, that guy is an interesting character because it's like there seems to be a lot going on there that isn't like people want him in their camp, but at the same time they're like, how do we sway this guy over to our side? And I don't know about Lacan yet. That guy is I don't know if I'd trust him.
I mean, he helped save Jinchi's life in the first season, so we'll
Yeah, I
see.
guess, but was it of his own volition?
Well, he did it for his daughter, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think he's a good guy, but hey, he helped save Jinchi's life, so he gets a pass for now.
Is that all it takes?
Based on his actions, man. Like we'll see what he
Just
does
because
next.
you bad guy doesn't make you bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because you are a bad guy does not make you a
Thank you,
bad guy.
Oh, Zangief. Yeah, I mean, Apothecary Diaries is what it is. It's a good show. This was another, again, moving the plot forward, which is great. So yeah, I think if you haven't already started Apothecary Diaries, you may be better off waiting to just binge the season.
Wait till it finishes.
Because we're a 3/4 of the way through it now. Through this because we're about halfway through the second core.
I believe so.
What episode are we on?
I think we're on like 15 or 16.
Yeah, so depending on your binging capability, odds are you may not be, if you haven't already started Apothecary Diaries, to get through season 1 and to get through all of season 2 so far might be a lot to ask. So I would say start, maybe if you haven't already, just start with season 1, take it at a gradual pace, and eventually catch up, and it'll be dubbed all the way through by the time you get to the end of season 2 if you do it that way. If you're a power binger and you just power right through shows,
15.
you might want to wait just to to just let it be done so you can just plow through it.
I've been trying to binge through Fire Force, and with everybody I talk to or listen to, they all say season 3 is a shit show all over the place.
Oh, dude, the last episode was awful.
And
this is why I said, I told you, like, I don't think you're going to enjoy it, so I just wouldn't if I were you.
Oh, well, I'm enjoying it so far, but like I'm on one of the episodes in season 2 and I've had to watch it like 6 times because I fall asleep within the first like 5 minutes of it. I'm just like,
is it the one with pie?
No, I haven't got that far yet. I haven't even met
you
that
haven't,
person.
you haven't gotten to pie?
No.
You haven't gotten to circumference?
No. Is that an Arthur thing?
It
I just
absolutely is.
it's the episode. It's the episode right after we find out Arthur was abandoned, and they're just like, "No, this is your kingdom now," and they left him. They fucking abandoned this fucking kid because he's too dumb to notice.
Yes. You are they have they taken a trip to like the other continent yet?
They're literally at that continent now.
Okay,
It was
then
like the first episode.
you're getting close to pie.
Oh well, I just keep falling asleep. I can't. I
It's
can't even.
it's a tale of circumference of the round table. Now the only question I have left is was Pie the horse of circumference or a friend?
But no, I haven't.
Bro is an idiot, but sometimes he is a genius.
Dude, every time he talks, and it gets like louder, I'm like, it's Sun Raku, right? And like before Shangri-La Frontier, I would have just been like, oh, it's Future Trunks. But like Sun Raku sticks out way more than Trunks does to me. And I think it's because
Sun Raku is actually a good character. Hey-o!
well, Future Trunks is probably one of the best things, okay? And probably has a better story than like everyone else. So we can't make that argument. But I think Sun Raku is more fun, where Future Trunks is more tragic. And
Sun Raku is definitely more fun.
And I just think of fun. Like for me, like if it's fun, like tragedy and stuff, I forget, you know? It's like psh, not needed, but like fun, I remember. And Sun Raku kind of acts a little like I do sometimes when I was playing WoW. And I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense. I like this.
Like a dork?
Yeah, exactly. Did you know how goofy I was? So there was this time.
I don't want to know how goofy and quirky you were, Biggles.
All right, listen. Do you guys know my friend Skizzles? Have you ever seen him on any of my streams or heard me talk about him?
Familiar.
Okay, well, because of an incident that happened in WoW, we just call him our gay friend now. So we were playing WoW, and some guy called him the F slur, and I'm going to say it like that so I don't get in trouble on YouTube. And we're just like went to Blizzard support and was like, hey, this guy called our gay friend the F slur. And now our friend is offense. And like not offended, not offense. Like he is a fence. Like
the object you put in your yard.
Yes. Being like, he's a fence. And we were just like being fucking retarded like we normally are. And now ever since then, like 10 years ago, we've been calling him our gay friend ever since. Like even his girlfriend was like, hey, why do you call him that? And we're like, because he's our gay friend. Like,
because he is a fence.
Yeah, because he is a fence.
Do you ever walk around like with the signs from stadiums and go defense, defense?
No, because the only stadiums we've ever been in together is a hockey one, like for the Hershey Bears. And you don't really see
Hershey's made bears.
They do. They're actually chocolate bears, and you can eat them. Yeah.
I don't trust this information whatsoever.
I like at the Hershey factory. By Hershey Park, they did have some Hershey bears that you could eat that were chocolate.
Interesting.
But, yeah. But that's it for that. Let's go back to us. Wait, why fucking remove the source? What the fuck, Biggles? You fucking idiot. Why is it not going away?
By the way, I'm amazed you didn't have Witch Watch on our list after it had the most epic, and I know Crimson was sharing it via the X servers where our cute little witch decided to split herself into doubles.
One brain cell operating 4 people. It was just
as the ogre is like, no, you're still carrying one box. There's so
just the whole eat, beat.
So
Look at how good we did it.
I fell asleep
He
during
just ends
Witch
up
Watch.
carrying. He just ends up carrying the boxes anyway.
And then they're giggling, ogre delivery service.
So I haven't watched Witch Watch this week. I fell asleep like in the middle of the day and just like passed out for like 3 hours.
Also, it makes me really, really happy whenever a series mentions Hunter x Hunter, and I'm glad they did it in this episode too.
Well, good. We need more.
What are you, Chairman Netero?
We need more references. But yeah, I wanted to watch, or I'm going to rewatch that when I'm like, when my head doesn't hurt. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm not fully here.
Very clearly, I don't think a lot of us are here, dude. I didn't sleep last night at all. So end of April here, like the 30th, I have a stream dedicated to Samurai Champloo. So I'm trying to catch up on that series. Samurai Champloo.
Shampoo?
Champloo.
Oh. What is Champloo?
I don't know.
It's the name of the show.
Is it like
Champloo?
Is it shampoo made out of flooge?
You're mocking one of the great animes too, which is
I've never seen it, but I don't know what shampoo means.
I believe it's done by the same director as Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, it's a Shinichiro Watanabe project.
Who's also doing Lazarus as we speak.
Mm-hmm. I'm still like, if that picture I took turns out to actually fucking be Skinner, I'm gonna riot.
Well, what if it probably is just to make you burn down some villages and stuff?
Yes, I will pillage your villages. Okay.
There you go.
Mock it. It is not trash.
It must not have giant anime titties in it for Marcel to like it.
What's trash?
Shampoo?
I think he's saying Samurai Champloo.
Huh. Interesting.
Like
I knew you were retarded, Marcel, but holy shit, this is a new low even for you.
It happens, you know.
Here I am, picking fights with the people who watch me regularly.
Marcel, don't worry.
It's okay though, because we've had our violent disagreements in the past. So
oh yeah. I know Bastard has tons of big anime titties. That's like the whole premise of the show.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I didn't sleep at all last night.
It even has a dark elf chick who has like a outfit on that basically gives her a wedgie. It's samurai with hip hop. It's as dumb as Assassin's Creed Yosuke.
I think it's creative. I don't like it as much as Cowboy Bebop thus far, but I do enjoy a lot of Shinichiro Watanabe's like work with it. The hip hop thing does bug me too. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not the worst thing that I've seen in an anime.
Yeah, because he's seen beginning of the end, something, whatever,
The slideshow after the end.
Ah, yes. The last till season 3, that's supposed to be turning point where the Arthur went full. Kentaro Miura. I can't read. Least
Kentaro Miura is the creator of Berserk.
Ah, okay.
Yes. You should know that. Like, if you're even like have one interaction with Lethal, you should fucking know that.
Man, I don't remember names, right? Besides Hiro Mashima and
next time you
Akira
talk
Toriyama.
to him, just ask him who is Kentaro Miura, and just prepare yourself for the absolute fucking information dump you'll receive.
All right.
Who's finishing it now?
Chat.
Who's finishing it for him?
Koji Mori. One of his assistants. So basically everyone who is an assistant on that manga is now working to finish it. And the lead guy is Koji Mori, who is basically the person who knew the most about how Miura wanted to progress with his show or with his manga. And basically they know how it's supposed to go. They just don't know if they can do it the exact way Miura would do it. They have bullet points. They don't have everything laid out for them.
I mean, what is it? Berserk's been going on since the early 90s?
Not consistently, but yes, I believe so.
This is memo to George R.R. Martin. Time is not infinite. If you want to finish the project yourself, finish it.
He probably hasn't finished, and he's going to wait till he's dead for it to go.
I think he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to deal with the backlash. I guarantee you. What happened in the last season of Game of Thrones is effectively, I'm guessing, is effectively what he wanted to do. And then when he saw the fan backlash, he's like, "Oh shit, better course correct."
Yeah, but then he's in the other camp, like where everyone's gonna know, like, you completely changed your ending. Like, why? If this was gonna be the ending, why'd you tell you said in interviews you told them exactly where you wanted to go with it, so it's fine. But this is why we have this. It's not the first time in manga we've seen it happen too. High School of the Dead. We had the creator die, and it's just now going to always forever be unfinished, which I know is really going to bother people who are into seeing the evolution of boob physics to the next level.
Yeah, man. Is
that the one where she jiggles her tits?
Yeah, with the 308 round going right between them.
Yeah, I did some math on that. Like, no joke, I did some math. There's not as much, like, her tits are moving really fucking fast, but there's not as much energy in those tits as you would think. Like, honestly,
Crimson is like, let me go into the physics of this.
I did the calculations. An average teenager could punch you harder than those fucking tits would hit you, even moving fast enough to dodge a bullet.
It was in slow motion, though. Those were slow motion titties. Zack Snyder did.
I just have never seen, and this is in anime or real life, where the titties move independently to that degree to allow like, because they were moving like independently. Like, normally the motion's gonna be carrying both of them in the same direction. Like, that's how it usually works with women, right? Like, if they're jumping up and down or running, there's a motion and both will be moving in the same direction. And in High School of the Dead's case, somehow her gymnastic move fighting the zombie caused them to shift in opposite directions to allow the bullet to cross the plane and then jiggle back and forth.
Maybe she has like a secret power that just controls her titties,
I mean, we will never know. Maybe it might have been like Resident Evil, where she's an evolved human or something.
Titty kinesis.
We're talking about
oh my god,
High School of the Dead.
Crimson, that is you got to write a manga for that. That's gotta.
That's like one of those useless like MHA powers. Like, I have telekinesis, but it only works on boobs.
It only moves titties.
It's like a Mineta power.
Mineta would somehow bring one, all for one back so he could grab that power.
Oh god, what have I started?
So Crimson probably has a video about the physics of titties in High School of the Dead. So make sure to go check that out when he posts it.
No.
Wait, no.
I don't.
Technically, wait, no, because it's a science name. It would be like mammokinesis, and not.
So. Okay, so words hard. Yeah, so
words
now
hard.
Now
yeah.
this is where the show really makes its cultural impact.
Yeah, titties.
Yandere
Darkoff, titties. There you go.
But they're censored.
Crimson found the uncensored version.
Well,
So-
yeah, it's all over the place. Still have no idea why High Dive is showing the censored one.
Who knows?
Makes no sense.
Well, I technically wasn't the one who found the uncensored version that was sent to me by a friend. So,
Oh well. Oh well, you found your dark elf titties. So there you go, everybody.
there was also the one that I think Marcel sent me, but that was even more uncensored, if you know what I mean.
Was that? Did he just send you the manga?
Yeah.
Did he just send you the? Yeah.
Yes. Very, very cultured stuff.
All right. So we would love to talk more anime, but I am like dead. But we had to do it. We had to go through with the show. The show must go on, as they say.
No.
Even after you break
We
someone's
could care
leg,
less about
right?
the show. We're just here to torture Biggles.
Yeah. So after being tortured, very cultured, exactly. After being tortured by dealing with Crimson for an hour,
Yes.
It's been fun.
Throw me in Guantanamo. I'll make them terrorists confess to everything.
Yeah, he'll give them cock meat sandwiches all day. So while he tells him
He'll be at Guantanamo and be like, you terrorists aren't even moving at a hider. I've seen more movement in hentai than I've played.
He's just going to be like this.
I regret to say that I have touched myself to hentai with better animation.
All right, everybody.
You love that clip.
All right, everybody. Well, that's because of this.
I need to.
That was us. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Like hell, we're gonna believe that. A goblin lord? My ass. You're just a damn goblin. Just a disgusting little goblin. And me.
We got a $3 super sticker from Spirian. I don't want to leave without mentioning this. Thank you, Spirian. Hope all is well. It is a pair character stretching his arms forward, raising his thumbs up. I'm sorry, we usually go 2 hours, but I am not feeling great. So, all right, goodbye, everybody. Let's try this again.
Crimson Set is just for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in the trumpet, me beside it, that you look back. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete guseki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting all the shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.